Okay, I know I'm a bit late on this, but I feel like I need to say something on the matter before the train is gone forever. So this past E3 we've been finally treated to the long-awaited Devil May Cry 5 announcement, and I actually made a video about what I wanted/expected from this title right before E3 happened. I also might have talked about some other game in that video which didn't appear on the show, and now I feel incredibly dumb because of how confident I was in its presence this year. But that's besides the point. The point is, Devil May Cry 5 is happening. And boy do I have things to say about that. So let's start with first impressions then. When I said DMC can't come back and be the same as before, I did not mean this. The trailer they showed at Microsoft's conference was basically trying to answer the question of what if Devil May Cry, but realistic. Which is exactly what they did with Resident Evil 7 as well. I don't know how I feel about this new art direction they're going for. When I was watching it for the first time, I kind of froze for a moment when I saw that neon Devil May Cry logo, and throughout the entirety of the trailer, I was in disbelief from what I was seeing. I legitimately believed at that moment they were continuing the reboot's legacy. The feel the trailer gave off was very alien, very distinct from classic DMC. I was just sitting there watching it and was like, I don't know anything anymore. My initial reaction wasn't, oh god, it's back, it was, oh, what are they doing with it now? But as time went on, I grew warmer and warmer to this trailer. I didn't hate it or anything, it just wasn't what I expected. And I then realized this was the best case scenario we were going to get. What this trailer told me was that, even after the reboot's failure, Capcom still insisted on changing the series to something they could market easier. They didn't believe it could bring them the money they wanted and thought it needed to somehow radically change, except with less people being pissed off at them this time around. Yes, Hideaki Itsuno, the director of DMC 3 and 4, is leading this project, and from everything we've seen so far, it seems like the changes that Capcom so desired are purely visual. The bits of gameplay we saw were very reminiscent of DMC 4, I don't think they moved too far away from that, and it's absolutely fine by me. With Itsuno at the helm, I have no fear this is going to be a fantastic game. He is a talented developer. It was so endearing to see him on stage. He was brimming with genuine happiness from being finally able to show the game to everybody, even saying he is convinced it was his best endeavor yet. And I have no reason to not believe that. The only thing that makes me sad, even if just a little, is that this new game looks so different from what I admired so much about Devil May Cry. Don't get me wrong, I'm beyond happy we're getting a new DMC game and a continuation of the original series at that, but I want my gothic castles and cathedrals back. I wanted Tetsuya Shibata's music back. But it seems like it was either this or nothing, and in this particular case, I will gladly take everything you give me, Capcom. I'm sure the new look and feel will grow on me eventually. The game has a different appearance, yes, but it already oozes with so much DMC love. Nero's psychic Nico is in fact the granddaughter of Nell Goldstein, the gunsmith who created Ebony and Ivory for Dante. How cool is that? The game also takes place in the Redgrave City, which is a little bit on the nose, but still awesome. The grown-up Nero looks cool. They showed Morrison from the DMC anime at the beginning there. Kiri is in the game as well, and also a mysterious hooded figure. I know, who could that be? And of course, Grandpa Dante is there too, and time did not treat him well, oh boy. But yeah, we've seen so little of Devil May Cry 5 so far, and it's already looking like this huge celebration of this series. And I couldn't be more excited. Sure, my initial impression might not have been the most joyous one, but the more I think about it, the more and more I like it. It's a true sequel to the classic DMC that we've all wanted this entire time, and it makes me happy to finally, after 10 years of waiting, witness it happen. I can't wait to see more.